Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Thursday, February 9th, 2023. Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones Tarot cards. We have the Two of Swords in reverse, and I feel like you've made a decision here. It looks like this is regarding duality. So I feel like it could be work because we do have the Eight of Pentacles here. It also could be in love where you choose yourself with the Queen of Coins, where it's just like you choose to nurture yourself. We're getting a lot of, especially like with the Hermit card yesterday, taking a step back, concentrating on yourself. You know what I mean? With the Six of Spears, I feel like you're putting up boundaries. You're grounding yourself. Very temperance energy. You're grounding yourself in an emotional situation. You're sitting there and you're taking the wiser steps. So if you see temperance, it's balancing the cups, but it's also going with the flow of things, but it's also 1 foot on the water, 1 foot on land. It's very much like the Star card. We were talking about that yesterday with manifestations, but in this case, it's like after a rough patch, things will smooth out. And I feel like this is, again, balancing your emotions. We're in Aquarius energy. It's equally pulling from both pictures. Eight of Pentacles, I feel like a probational period, a course of study. So something has recently happened in my life, and it's like instead of putting negative emotions into a situation, it's like, let's see the positive here. You know, I can rest and rejuvenate my voice. I could sit there and put my energy into this study that I want to do. So it's like, where can I utilize this time? You know, isn't that what the last 3 years have taught us? Like all we wanted was time, and like we got was time, and then we got sick of having the time. You know what I mean? We have the Nine of Coins, and it's this rebirth in our life. You know, it's sitting there, and it's just like, this fresh start. A springtime. Remember we were doing, I can't remember if it was a forecast and projections, if it was a daily reading. I can't remember, but they were talking about like spring. They wrote the letters out, spring, and these beautiful colors. What is it all about? They, in the Hindi faith, in the Indian culture, they celebrate Holi, Holi, and they sit there and they have these colors that they throw at each other, and it's the celebration of spring. It's like very much spring solstice. You know what I mean? So it's like this rebirth in our life when Mother Earth sits there and lets all these beautiful colors back into the world. When we come out of the cold of winter. So some other cards that came out in additional to the spread was the Ace of Cups. And I feel like, your cup runneth over. Look, there's two, like the Viking horns, they drink out of these, and it's like to pour equally from one cup, and it's a celebration. Definitely marriage, engagement is what they're saying, vibes here. So maybe someone's having an engagement party. We go to the Four of Spears. So maybe you're moving in with your partner. Maybe you're buying a home. But again, after a rough patch, this peaceful time comes in here. They talk about travel. They talk about buying a home, moving to a new home, building a home. So there's a lot of positivity here. So, the wheel is moving. So I feel like they're showing February 27th forward. Something's going to happen here that's going to propel us forward. They're showing the Four of Coins. So maybe you are worried about your money. They are highlighting the Queen of Coins here. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're kind of, watching because you support the family. It's like, release all fear, worry, and doubt when it comes to financial situations. It's like, with myself, I wanted to buy myself a treat. And it's like thinking with my higher self, it's like, we could buy that treat now or we could wait till later. You know what I mean? It's not a necessary thing. This is just something that will make me happy. And it's like, you know what? You'll feel a lot more comfortable with sitting with that in your account than sitting there and putting on that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, wait. We have the Sun card. We've been getting this card over and over again. This was one of today's challenge cards. Channeled cards is the Sun. And it's like the beautiful sunflowers that surround this card, so will success surround you. Even though, we got this kind of somber imagery where you're making a choice and you're kind of, but it's like, it's okay. It's only temporary. We have the Ace of Coins here as one of our last channel cards. And, when we get the Ace of Coins, it's like this new portal opens up for us. We're about to ascend onto a new mountain. This, we're excited for it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that excitement with the Four of Wands, celebrations. We go back to the Alice in Wonderland deck, and it was the Disney one. And what do they talk about with that one? They talk about a happily on birthday, celebrating life, those moments that we wish we could stretch out forever. And they were saying, stretch this out as long as you can. Like, it won't last forever, but stretch it out as far as you can. You know what I mean? So it's like we're getting these beautiful, positive uh, of things to come, a taste of things to come. You know what I mean? So it's like in this moment, it's like, how can we make ourselves happy? You know what I mean? It's like, remember we were saying that? Don't wait until February 27th to be happy. Be happy right here and now. So we start off with the Two of Swords. Procrastination, thinking, time, decision. The reverse shows being decisive. The possibility of self-deception as you convince yourself nothing is amiss. Investigate the situation for yourself and be prepared for resistance. It's likely that a professional or love partner believes their own story. So they say like a professional partner or a lover. So we go with the Two of Cups. That's why it's like, especially with the Eight of Coins there, it's like, something's amiss here. You know what I mean? Or it could be just the fact that you choose right now, you know what, I would choose to concentrate on myself. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? We're getting a lot of duality, and I feel like there's nothing wrong if you sit there and it's just like, maybe that's something you wanted in your life. You can change your mind. Life changes. You change. Going back to Mass on Friday, and on Tribal Trails, that she was talking about how there's the passage in the Bible, I think it's Corinthians, where they're saying that part of your life is over. It's done. You are reborn. You're getting ready for this next, birth in your life. We do have the Nine of Pentacles there. You know what I mean? And it's just like, in her case, she, it resonated a lot because she was a widow. And it's just like that part of hers, that chapter is done, right? But she's healed from that chapter. She's no longer, yes, you still will carry that with you the rest of your life. But the thing is, you are more than that word. You are more than a widow. You are more a widower. You are more than someone that survived that situation. You're a warrior. You know what I mean? And now you have that knowledge to share with the world. You know what I mean? You have that knowledge to help others. Maybe these people weren't there for you. You will see a lot of people come to you. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. And it's like, it's okay. It was a lot. It was a lot. I cried and cried a lot. I give a lot of credit to someone in my life that was there for me every single day. Her and her partner were there, 3 a.m, up with me, and, just try to make sure I'm okay, and, I could never repay her for that, honestly, Unfortunately, she found herself almost, thank God, not in the same exact shoes, but very close to it, and I was able to be there for her, but still, you know what I mean? Like that time that for her and him were there with for me, like I could never, articulate, I could never repay that ever. You know what I mean? How to hear me, like I remember the way that I used to wail, after Shade's transformation, and every single time she'd call me, how are you? What's going on? How was your day? What did you accomplish? You know what I mean? Just trying to keep me grounded, So it's like you never know when you'll be paying that forward. Partnership, relationship, love, arguments, creativity. A partnership is sealed. So this too expresses happiness, passion, harmony, love agreements, and often reveals moving in together, engagements, and weddings. So going back to the Four of Wands, one of the channeled cards there, that spread that came out afterwards, and it's just like going to that as well. So it's like, double confirmation of that. And establish relationships and friendships too. You sense a karmic connection. Creative partnerships flourish. You respect and support each other. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like it's like either you choose to be with someone or you choose to leave it behind. I feel like you're choosing to move forward. I feel like it's like there's bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? Maybe you've seen something that the universe has shown you. You're just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why it really resonated with you, because now you're taking the time to get to know each other, and now that you know things, It's just like, you kind of look sideways. So the Six of Swords, moving forward. In this emotional situation, we ground ourselves in the boat, which is wood, and we move forward. Safety, peace, moving on. The upright six shows that it's time to move on after a time of stress and conflict. You may take a physical trip away, step back from a stressful environment, or shift your perspective to find peace within. They're showing the hangman. What is restricting me is my emotions. My emotions are restricting me. This is why Deborah Silverman teaches us in The Missing Element. In her book that she wrote, she says, take the emotions out of the situation. What are the facts? Go by the facts. Is it even worth arguing about? And most of the time, when you take the emotions out of it, you completely forget about what you were arguing about. You end up probably arguing about something that happened before that. Overall, this card reassures you that order will return. And that's what I mean. Like right now, it's this like somber kind of feeling. You make a decision, but like they're saying, you're being decisive. And the thing is with change, when we're decisive, it's like you make a choice, but you have no idea what's going to happen. What is the next domino? Where is that going to lead you? Is that going to lead you straight? Are we going to veer to the left? Are we going to veer to the right? Are we going to come to a fork in the road? Like, what's going to happen? You may overall, this card reassures you that order will return. You may also make a valuable discovery that offers a new perspective on the past. Just like thinking about that. I don't know why that came to me today. Out of nowhere, I thought of this person and her partner. I don't know why. Haven't talked to her in a long time, but it's just like, she always says, like, just because I don't talk to you doesn't mean I don't think of you. Very busy woman. Very, very busy. Very even in the word in her vocabulary. It's like infinity busy. So affection, love, fertility, abundance, help. So very much the mother figure. When I was pulling this for IG, they were showing I was going to say fertility. Okay. But they're showing the Empress. You know what I mean? And I feel like, when they're talking about like with myself, it's like, recalibrating things. One thing for myself is just like, okay, taking this weekend to restore my voice, taking this weekend to restore myself. You know what I mean? Sitting there and, getting things done on my list. Like today I was supposed to do something. I was just like, you know what? There's a lot going on right now. Let's just, we'll wait till tomorrow for that one. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you do have plans, but it's just like, my throat ends up burning. So I'm just like, give it a half an hour, let myself rest on my break rather than talk more. You know what I mean? It's just like give myself a break and let the burning kind of calm down. Generous and highly in intellect. This queen appreciates life, natural pleasures. She enjoys work that is hands-on, that directly benefits others, from cooking, gardening, into environmental work and public office. Applied to a situation, the card signifies fertile ideas, financial support, with no harm to none, and so it is. We keep getting a lot of these messages. And could predict love, marriage, and pregnancy. So we're getting a lot of that. Engagements, pregnancy, birth. This could be a verbal conversation that turns into a contractual conversation that ends up being a new start in your life. If you are married, you know what I mean? Or maybe that's not something you're looking for, An additional meaning is a closer relationship with animals and nature. A lot of healers have a close relationship because they feel for the animals. You know what I mean? We know, like, it says in the Bible. God, it even said it was even in the mass this Friday that passed. And it was just like, God doesn't have storehouses of seed for the birds. They don't have, like the squirrels, they hide their food and stuff. But it's just like, doesn't God provide for us more and think of us more than these animals? And the thing is, you got to look at like where those blessings came in and what we did with them. Did we learn the lessons from the past? Like I said, I could have bought myself that treat. Would have made me happy. But the thing is, it's just like I will feel more comfortable having that in my bank account, especially with everything going on, than sitting there and buying myself a treat. You know what I mean? It's like it can wait. I'll wait for the next one. And like they say, good things that come to those who wait. So apprenticeship, perfection, reward. The 8 is often called the apprentice card because it's about education and skill. It shows you successfully finishing a task, of course, of learning, and completing work to a higher standard. So even like with myself, higher standard, it resonates with my current thing because it's just like I was under the weather and it's just like all these things were going on and it's just like I've always strived to be better than I was the previous week. I don't look at anyone else when we like, we don't know anyone's information, but it's like I don't look at all that. I look where I am on there and what can I do to be better? How can I be better? How can I sit there and make this a rhythm that makes sense to me that I don't feel awkward? You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's the thing. And when you start concentrating on yourself, it's like everything else goes tone deaf to you. You don't care what this one's doing, that one's doing. You care about yourself. You want to be the best you can be. The card often comes up in readings to mark the end of a degree, diploma course, and a probation period at work, or a phase of creativity and craftsmanship. Your work brings you financial reward. So, again, Sherry Shepherd. I just say that because I really do like Sherry Shepherd, but that was one thing she was saying. She's just like, she loves being a comedian. She loves doing stand-up. And it's just like, she kept going and going and going and going. It may not be today, may not be tomorrow, but it happened. You know what I mean? So you go through, like anything in life, you go through these phases. You're doing great. You got your own show. You're doing this, that, and the other. And then sometimes it's quiet, so you got to save for those quiet moments. You know what I mean? So it's just like, she's like, if you love what you're doing, keep going. The money will follow. You know what I mean? Judge Judy says the same thing. Find what you love. What are you passionate about? Because every day will be a play day rather than work. And it's true, and then you could sit there and make money from what you love, That's why it's just like, especially as a healer, there's no stopping at one thing. You know what I mean? Like last year, it's like Ancient Chinese Tarot, Garavoic Numbers, Viking Runes. I had the palm reading book. I really didn't dabble into it too much. Like I watch others do it, but now I'm learning something else. So it's just like, you never stop expanding who you are and your skills because every single person you read for is different. You know what I mean? So it's just another thing that opens up, go where your calling is, see where it takes you. So we're going to end on the 9 of coins. Fulfillment, comfort, prosperity, focus. The 9 symbolizes satisfaction and prosperity. Financial worries are over. So we get confirmation with that with the 4 of coins. Talking about leaving behind all fear, worry, and doubt. What did Spirit talk about the week of January 24th? To embrace strength, to embrace the fire, there's a short that I have to post. I don't think I posted it yet. Where it's like if you look back on your life, you will see where the universe always had your back and provided. Yahweh, Yeshua, universe, whomever you believe in, Gaia. It's like you could see where they've had your back. Like that shouldn't have turned out that way. This should have happened and it didn't, So it's like, okay, realizing where they are and saying, I embrace my fire, bravery, courage, strength, resilience. I leave behind all fear, worry, and doubt. Financial worries are over, projects get completed, and your efforts bring material benefits, including the finer things in life. You may feel happy at home with yourself, and any past sacrifices you have made will feel worthwhile. And additional meanings include redecorating and yard or gardening projects. So we're not quite there here. Like, my parking spot, like my front yard and my parking spot are all full of snow. Like there's nowhere to put it anymore. Like I have to get the guy to come over here and push it into the ditch or something because I have nowhere else to put it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't stop. So it's just like, we're a little ways away from, planting anything or anything like that, but you never know. It's supposed to be nice and warm tomorrow. It's supposed to be plus. We went from -42 on the weekend to +1. It's just like, huh? You know what I mean? No wonder everybody's under the weather, but what can you do? So it's just like, embracing like, the taste of spring. I remember when winter solstice came and I was just like, I love winter. I love when it's nice and warm outside, but I don't, the -42 days, ugh, keep that. I don't want that. Ugh. But, it's just like live in each moment, embrace your fire, celebrate where you can celebrate. And in those times where your emotions are high and it's just like, we don't understand them, there's something going on. There's change about, coming afoot or something there, So just, take it easy with yourself. Be kind with yourself. I feel like that's why they're saying a lot of rest and rejuvenation. It's just like, you may not understand why the universe is telling you to take a step back and chill. Just listen to it and go with the flow. Like they said, you have enough burdens. You have 10 of wands. It's like, we've been getting that a lot. It's like, you got enough. You don't need to add any more to it. Just sit there and take what you have and move forward. Take this as a purging time to release that 10 of wands. So that way you can pick up the sword and charge forward again. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, February 9th, 2023, Throne Thursday. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.